Program is not being used to make diagnosis, administer treatment, prescribe medications, or order tests. The information contained is provided as an educational service. This program is not a replacement for the relationship you have with your healthcare provider. If you have concerns about your health, please contact your healthcare provider's office immediately.
Saving lives, preventing disease, and reversing disease. You are listening to Dr. Richardson On Call, brought to you in part by the Atlanta Clinic of Preventive Medicine, Dr. William Richardson, MD.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show, designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
Hello, ladies and gents. This is Andre 3000, one half of the group Outcast, and you're listening to Dr. Richardson On Call on WCLK 91.9 FM.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Richardson, and I'm inspired and honored and truly welcome you to this edition of Dr. Richardson On Call, where the second and fourth Wednesday of every month from 6 to 7 p.m., we will take in-depth, stimulating looks at the major health issues facing our community today. My friends, the mission of this health talk show, Dr. Richardson On Call, is to reverse and prevent disease as well as save lives. On this show, we request, we encourage, and we really demand your participation. Call us and ask your important questions and give your valuable commentaries when we open up the phone lines. Again, I'm your host, Dr. William Richardson, a board-certified medical doctor with over 25 years of experience. My role on this show is to facilitate our listeners in the how and why of making intelligent health choices in quality medical care, disease reversal and prevention, nutrition, diet and supplements, cleansing and detoxification, immune system enhancement, and many other lifestyle and environmental factors. Also, as always, I'm joined in the studio by my brother John Richardson, who is the writer, researcher, and executive producer for this show, to whom I owe many thanks. Thank you, Brother John.
And thank you, Brother Dr. William Richardson. And welcome out there in Radio Land, as I, John Richardson, am also inspired and honored and highly motivated to assist Dr. Richardson in expounding the benefits of holistic preventive medicine, healthy lifestyles, diet, nutrition, stress management, as well as complementary alternative therapeutics. And we invite you to join us our next exciting show, Wednesday, May 12th at 6 p.m. Notice that that's not the first Wednesday, but the second Wednesday of May, where we will be discussing headaches. That's right, folks. Everything you ever wanted to know about how to avoid, prevent, and rid yourself of headaches. So, be sure to tune in. Again, on May 2nd, the second Wednesday in May, May 12th, we will be discussing headaches. Simple tension headaches, migraine headaches, which are far more debilitating, associated with severe symptoms such as throbbing pain, nausea, vomiting, light sensitivity, and so on. What about headaches associated with poor digestion? Cluster headaches, which can trigger pain behind one eye, long-lasting headaches, short-lived headaches. How many of you out there in Radio Land get headaches daily or periodically, or know friends or loved ones that are plagued by this? Are aspirin, Bufferin, Tylenol, ibuprofen, etc. the answer? What we want to know really are what are the underlying causes of headaches. We rarely hear that in the media, and etc. What dietary recommendations will aid in treating and preventing headaches, especially food combining and indigestion? You rarely hear that in the media when they're advertising their headache medications. We will cover nutritional supplements and herbal remedies excellent for headaches. We will cover breathing techniques, yoga, exercise. We will tell you why cleansing and detoxification is so important to eliminate headaches. Personally, I had a problem with headaches years ago, and after implementing the aforementioned lifestyle changes, I do not have any headaches at all anymore. And this will be our intention for you.
That's right.
All right? So you join us next show, Wednesday, May 12th. And that is the second Wednesday of May, where we will be featuring headache prevention and holistic treatments that are effective and lasting. So be sure to see us May 12th at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. Thank you.
All right. Excellent. We appreciate that. Now, I'd like us to turn to our topic for this evening, and that is a preventive and holistic approach to improving and or overcoming breathing disorders. That's right, my friends. For the next 55 minutes almost, we are going to explore and examine another Western American epidemic, being breathing disorders. It is estimated that 22 million Americans suffer with hay fever and 15 million Americans suffer with asthma. And we certainly cannot forget about the millions more of our fellow citizens suffering from bronchitis, sinusitis, colds, flus, which we covered in previous shows, allergic rhinitis, tuberculosis, pneumonia, emphysema, and finally lung cancer.
Yeah.
Yes, we must understand that breathing disorders are a serious and increasing problem that have reached epidemic proportions in our modern, westernized, industrialized, polluted American way of life. However, before we plunge into this epidemic of breathing disorders, first let's comprehend and gather appreciation for breathing itself. Better the miracle that occurs when we breathe and the importance of breathing. Certainly it is apparent to me and you that life is absolutely dependent upon the act of breathing. Breath is life. Breathing may be considered the most important of all the functions of the body, for indeed, all the other functions depend on it. Mankind may exist for some time without eating, a shorter time without drinking, but without breathing, his existence may be measured by a few minutes. The body's organs of breath or respiration are truly extraordinary, consisting of a pair of lungs and the air passages leading to them. Each lung is free in all directions except at the root, which consists chiefly of bronchi, arteries, and veins connecting the lungs with the trachea and the heart. The lungs are spongy and porous, and their tissues are very elastic when normal. The air passages leading to the lungs consist of the nose, the pharynx or throat, the voice box or the larynx, and the windpipe or the trachea, and the bronchial tubes which make direct contact with the lungs. When we breathe, we draw in air through the nose, in which it is warmed by contact with the mucous membrane richly supplied with blood, and it's also filtered by the hair in the nose. Then the air passes through the throat, the voice box, and into the windpipe, which subdivides into and terminates in minute small air passages or spaces or cells in the lungs called alveoli, of which each lung contains millions. Scientists estimate that if these air cells of the lungs were spread out over a flat, unbroken surface, they would cover an area of 14,000 square feet. It is estimated that in a single day, 35,000 pints of blood per day traverse or cross the capillaries of the lungs, where this blood is purified and oxygenated and then carried back to the heart, again rich, red, and bright, and laden with life-giving properties and qualities. Obviously, properly oxygenated blood is crucial to health, as this life-giving oxygen unites with the hemoglobin in the blood and is carried to every cell, tissue, muscle, and organ, which it invigorates, strengthens, and rebuilds. Furthermore, breathing also purifies the blood of impurities such as carbon dioxide, which is, if returned to the system, would eventually manifest in some form of disease in the blood tissue or in internal organs. So I trust that we now perhaps have a better appreciation for this miracle of breathing, so that many of us have taken for granted, until, of course, we become afflicted with this evening's topic of breathing disorders, an American epidemic.
Yep.
So we're going to begin with asthma because it is one of the most frightening and life-threatening breathing disorders, and it's a prototype. The treatment approach and looking into it will be the prototype for the other ones. Asthma affects some 15 million Americans gasping for breath, and asthma's incidence has steadily been rising in the past 4 decades, more than doubling since 1980. Although the tendency to develop asthma can be genetic, both environmental and dietary factors are major causes for the increase. For example, the incidence of asthma, especially in children, is much greater in urban areas where polluted air is more prevalent. Even more striking is the fact that asthma is a new disease. Like coronary artery disease and most cancers, asthma was virtually unknown 100 years ago and is still rare in many developing countries. Asthma is best described as a chronic inflammatory condition rather than a respiratory disease. In fact, asthma's origins have more in common with arthritis than they do with emphysema or tuberculosis. Asthma is simply a chronic airway inflammation rather than an inflammation of the joints. People with asthma have inflamed, hyperactive airways that produce excessive bronchial mucus. After repeated asthma attacks, the airway lining becomes scarred, and immune cells, which cause or exacerbate or worsen inflammation, grow there and multiply there or proliferate there. Asthma eventually damages the airway permanently, making it more prone to infection and less functional overall. Chronic inflammatory conditions as asthma are characterized by an excess of free radicals which irritate and inflame tissues and cause excessive immune reactions. Immune responses or allergic responses unavoidably produce free radicals because in limited amounts they are rather valuable for the defense mechanism because they eat things up. Antioxidants help reduce most inflammatory reactions, including asthma, allergies, etc., by quenching free radicals. Think of antioxidants as chemical sacrificial lambs that preferentially react with free radicals so that the free radicals don't react with the tissues instead. Various environmental factors like smoke, dust, allergens, which are like pollen and whatnot, set the inflammatory process in motion. And people can have high or low thresholds for these triggers. And, of course, people with low thresholds will have more asthma attacks. That means that you react more easily than someone else. Therefore, identifying inflammatory triggers and using natural products that rise the thresholds, like antioxidants, will reduce the frequency and severity of asthma attacks. Almost everyone with asthma has some allergies, although they may not be fully diagnosed. Allergic reactions are the most common triggers for asthma. And don't forget, asthma can kill. And I want to just say right now, those of you who have children, especially with asthma, and adults should know, if you have a bad asthma attack, go to the hospital and get immediate treatment. Very important. Examples of asthma causing allergens or irritants include air pollution, tobacco smoke, and definitely do not smoke in the house. Pet dander or dandruff, dust mites, pollen, perfumes, cleaning products, kerosene heaters, etc. Now, there are certain occupations which are associated with asthma: bakers, manicurists, etc. Food allergies can play a major role as well. Asthmatics are often allergic to common foods such as citrus, especially milk and dairy products. Should definitely be stopped. No brainer. Eggs, soy, wheat, and yeast. Many asthmatics are sensitive to food additives as well, such as benzoates, sulfites, benzaldehyde, and artificial colors. So you got to read labels. So eat natural and unprocessed foods like we've been telling you. There are 2 types of food allergies. One type's the immediate type of reaction that you can tell right away in minutes to seconds. And then you've got the chronic reactions that take 2 to 48 hours to manifest. And those can be a little trickier, and we use food allergy panels and other blood tests to diagnose that type of allergy. And sometimes you can have cross-reactivity, like if you're allergic to wheat, maybe you're allergic to rye, etc. And identifying and avoiding dietary and environmental factors that trigger asthma are very, very important in the natural treatment plan. It's also important to have an aggressive nutritional supplement plan designed to raise the trigger thresholds. Asthma is exacerbated by nutritional deficiencies, so that makes it worse. And it's amiable to natural treatments. Using medication is important and should not be discontinued abruptly, but only working closely with a healthcare provider to design the best suited treatment program depending on the severity of illness, and then perhaps medication can be decreased, and oftentimes it can under supervised care. While people certainly appear to have genetic tendency to develop asthma, this tendency is not expressed and has not been expressed until the Industrial Revolution. In other words, it seems that we brought asthma upon ourselves like so many other Western diseases. A clean environment, an unprocessed whole foods diet, natural supplements and herbal therapies, as well as exercise and other lifestyle choices are logical ways to reverse the increasing incidence of asthma. And let's be clear, asthma is another Western disease.
So here we have it, Dr. Richardson. We're going to go into how to deal with this from a holistic preventive perspective.
Right.
But here we have another American epidemic that wasn't existent, say, 200 years ago, or even 100 years ago for that matter. And then during the Industrial Revolution, we got these environmental triggers, all this air pollution, all this dust, all this synthetic material, smoking, all this type of thing. And then we also have the situation where we had the food additives, and then food allergies are playing a major role, which we test for in our office. We also have dietary problems, nutritional deficiencies, and those aspects. So a lot of these aspects that we're talking about, we can do something about. We also have the situation where the antioxidants really help, and those are issues that people are not told by and large when they walk into an office and they're diagnosed with asthma. They're given the drugs, but these issues that was just outlined of this society are not being addressed, and that's what we're going to do right now.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, I see asthma all the time,
Right.
and this is absolutely true.
Right.
Most people who have asthma do not do what we're saying to do right now.
Right.
So pay attention if you know anybody has asthma, especially folks in the inner city. This is very important.
Yeah.
Eat a diet consisting primarily of fresh fruits
and remember,
and vegetables.
this will model for other upper respiratory problems.
And lower respiratory,
That's
just
true.
respiratory,
That's true. Respiratory,
breathing
yes,
problems.
yes,
Eat a diet consisting primarily of fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grains such as oatmeal and brown rice. The diet should be adequate in protein, low in carbohydrates, and contain no sugar. Include garlic and onions in your diet. These foods contain quercetin and mustard oils, which have been shown to inhibit an enzyme that aids in releasing inflammatory chemicals. Include green drinks and green food in your program. And above, I meant not low in carbohydrates, but low in refined carbohydrates. Include green drinks in your program to cleanse and enrich the blood and boost your immune system.
You notice most of these things are just healthy things to do.
Yeah, but
Most
people
aren't
don't do them.
Right?
Yeah. Do not eat ice cream and drink extremely cold fluids. Cold can shock the bronchial tubes into spasm.
You see a lot of people that have asthmatic problems, but they do that ice cream and milk thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They just don't. It sneaks into their foods and cheeses and
Yeah.
hamburgers and cheeseburger, and just kind of just sneaks in there. Well, what did it have in it? Well, it had milk in it. They might not even drink milk, but they need not to have milk at all. Right?
It's one of the worst foods you can eat.
Yeah.
Use a juice fast, a fast using distilled water, lemon juice, or just raw juices in a combination for 1 to 3 days each month as a preventive to help rid the body of toxins and mucus. Eat lightly. A large meal can sometimes cause shortness of breath by stomach putting pressure on the diaphragm. Use an elimination diet to see if certain foods aggravate the asthmatic condition. Certain culprits include alfalfa, corn, peanuts, soy, eggs, beets, carrots, cold beverages, dairy products, fish, red meat, processed food, and especially, and we mentioned dairy products before. That's being number one.
And also, if you really want to get down to brass tacks with this, you can run a food allergy panel
That's right.
to see the immediate things you're allergic to, or was it delayed?
More delayed, actually,
more
yes.
delayed, yeah. And if you can locate those and see that you have a high allergic reaction, you can eliminate those out of the diet, and then that'll be less of a trigger for you when you eat something.
That's
You
right.
know, that's a key, and that's another thing that the person walks into the standard office. They're not going over. Nobody's running a food allergy panel. Your standard doctor, when they're dealing, they just handed the prescriptions or whatever, given a few little instructions. But we try to do food allergy panels on folks to tell them if you don't eat these foods, your chance to get asthma attack is going down,
That's right.
among other things.
That's right. Many people with asthma are sensitive to food additives as well as foods, such as sulfites.
Yeah, and if you go into a salad bar or a restaurant, they now have signs up saying if you're allergic to sulfites, get out or don't come in or
Get out.
whatever. But,
Yeah.
I mean, they're protecting themselves because they've actually had some people that had to be rushed to the hospital, and I think a couple people have died because they were either inhaling the sulfites or they actually ate it and had a severe reaction. So,
Yeah, what a world.
but sulfites are snuck in a lot of foods. If you get
That's right.
pickles or what is it, like olives, and just at the grocery store, they have sulfites all through that
Dried
stuff.
fruits especially.
Yeah,
are known
and
to
they
do
don't
that.
necessarily put that ingredient. You don't always see that. A lot of times you do, but sometimes I've seen packages, and I've asked, like at the farmer's
If there's
market.
nothing on it, they may have it unlabeled.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I see it unlabeled a lot.
Yeah,
And
if
I,
it's
well, I was getting
unlabeled,
ready to
look
get some
out.
papaya, some dry papaya out at the farmer's market, and then I went and asked. I said, "Does this have sulfites on it?" Yes, it has sulfites. And I said, "Oh, okay, I won't
thanks
get it."
a lot. Yeah. And then there's artificial colors, and tobacco and other forms of smoke, and there's just a lot of different things to consider. So other considerations to combat asthma: how about filtering your air? And for severe cases, there's really strong air filters, and less
Yes.
severe, etc. Avoid constipation. If necessary, take additional fiber, herbal laxatives, enemas, colonics, etc. And also, strong feelings of anger, anxiety, and depression may be an important cause of some folks' asthma attacks. And many of the drugs used to control asthma can cause jittery nerves and mood swings. And practice methods to relieve stress, such as deep breathing, meditation, yoga, massage, acupuncture, tai chi, all from the East usually.
Yeah, and those are real important. Those,
Yeah,
those are real
yeah.
important. Again, the people are not told to develop their lungs. Internal exercise, external. That's very important.
Yeah. And be careful with regular aerobic exercise. While it's beneficial, can trigger an acute attack in some folks, sometimes because of the inhaling lots of cool, dry air while working out. Okay, and then there's supplements. The following daily supplements can be used to treat and prevent asthma. These supplements work synergistically together, so it's better to take pretty much all of them. Antioxidants like vitamin E and C and E. How about flaxseed oil or fish oil, glutamine powder, magnesium, multivitamins and minerals, N-acetylcysteine, which is an antioxidant, and pantothenic acid, a B vitamin B12, quercetin, a bioflavonoid, which you get from the white part of the fruits, the grapefruits and whatnot. Then you have herbal remedies as well, like ginkgo, licorice, ephedra, or muahang, which has been used for probably 5,000 to 10,000 years. Of course, you have to watch it if you have blood pressure out of control. Lobelia, mullein, pardiarca, and turmeric. And then there's all types of other herbs like astragalus, echinacea, and nettles and marshmallow. So that's asthma. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah,
And
it
we're
is.
going to get into some other ones after we go on this break.
Yes,
Um,
it's a pretty big subject.
it is a big subject,
Yeah.
and there's infectious diseases to think about and whatnot. So the breathing is very important, asthma in particular, and then don't forget emphysema and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease from smoking. All the smokers hearing this voice, quit as soon as you can.
And don't forget hay fever and bronchitis, which we'll touch on when we come back from the break. And then, folks, we're going to get you involved. We're going to ask for your calls. So get your pen and pencil out, get your questions, comments down for Dr. Richardson. If you or anyone you know has a problem with breathing disorders.
All right, so we're going to go on a break. This is Dr. Richardson and Brother John Richardson, WCLK Community Forum, 91.9 FM, and we'll be right back.
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show, designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
We're back from the break. This is Dr. Richardson and Brother John Richardson, WCLK, and we're talking about breathing disorders this evening.
Yes, we are, folks. And in a minute, we're going to ask you to get involved with us. So get ready to get your questions and comments for Dr. Richardson. Also, I guess we're going to open up the phone lines, let Dr. Richardson say a few more things about bronchitis and hay fever, and get on with the show. So what we like to do now is give you the phone number to call in on about breathing disorders, which is the topic for this evening. The phone number is 404-880-9255. That's 404-880-9255. Here in the studio, you can reach us, call us. Let us know your questions or comments. We really need your important input on tonight's subject of breathing disorders. Asthma, bronchitis, sinusitis, tuberculosis, emphysema, all these type of things. Please, won't you call us immediately with your question or comment about breathing disorders. You can call us at 880-9255. You know, you can call us on your home phone, your business phone, your cellular phone, your car phone, your pay phone, or someone else's phone. Just be sure to call us and let your voice be heard. The number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. This is a prime opportunity to call, talk to Dr. Richardson before the lines get jammed. Right now in the beginning of the show, you can call us at 880-9255. Folks, your participation experiences and questions are what makes this show successful. So please give us a call, again, at 880-9255. Anybody out there with breathing disorders?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about hay fever. Hay fever or allergic rhinitis, which means inflammation of the nose, is an allergic response to pollen that affects the mucous membranes of the nose, eyes, and ears passages. And symptoms include itchy eyes, watery discharge from the nose and eyes, sneezing, and nervous irritability. Usually the discharge is clear, thin, nasal discharge, whereas a cold may become thick and yellow and green because of the pus formation from the bacterial invasion or viral invasion. About 22 million Americans suffer from the seasonal sneezes, runny nose, and itchy eyes that come with hay fever. And there's 3 hay fever seasons. Tree pollens appear between February and May, and the biggest problem, however, is in the spring and summer for tree and grass pollen, and then fall's ragweed pollen season. And, it can be all year round sometime, perennial. Underlying mechanisms responsible are similar to those that produce asthma, as well as genetic susceptibility. I've had it. Allergy shots were given, a change in diet, and total cessation of the problem.
Yeah, you don't have it now.
No, I don't have it.
Your immune system is high quality, too.
Yeah, so those 3 things.
Yeah, I mean, really.
When allergy season arrives, spend as little as possible time outdoors, keep windows more closed, and, of course, do all the things we talked about during the asthma segment. Stay away from dairy products, get that dairy products and meat really as much as possible out your diet, and that's going to help.
Antioxidants, right, food allergies, food additives.
Lots of raw food.
Yeah.
Garlic, onions,
juicing,
lettuces, all that sort of
avoid
stuff.
Constipation, just the same things.
And so, you got to keep pets in or outside, too. Now, bronchitis, inflammation of
Folks,
the bronchioles.
again, the number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We're going to get right to you, the folks that are on hold.
The bronchi, itis means inflammation, and it can be from a continuation of a cold from postnasal drip, from a virus, or you can even have a bacterial bronchitis. You can have a bronchitis irritative secondary to cigarette smoking. You use the same thing, stop smoking, get off of dairy, all that stuff. Sometimes you need antibiotics, sometimes you don't.
All right. Yeah, we get a lot of folks coming in with bronchitis. Folks, we're going to get you involved now. So we're going to open up the phone lines and talk to you. The number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We do have a couple lines open, so why don't you give us a call? We thank all the folks that have been holding. We're going to get to our first call. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
You're on WCLK with Dr. Richardson. Thank you for calling.
Yes, and thank you for this program. I have had asthma for, 10, 20 years now. Right now, I'm doing all of those things. I'm changing the diet, getting rid of the dairy and all of that. My problem has been I've been on several different inhalants.
Yeah.
Theravent, Flovent, albuterol, you name it, I've been on it. I've been on the steroids.
Yeah.
My problem that I'm having now is that I have a horrible skin rash as I'm coming off of the steroids, and it keeps reoccurring. I don't know what to do about it.
Is it all over the body or a particular place?
No, I've had it all over the body before. This time it's localized around the nose and the chin area.
Really sounds like eczema, and I would really get a food allergy panel test. Plus, you're going to need to do detoxification.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have to watch for your liver because you may need liver detoxification as well, like liver flushes and stuff. That would probably be an interesting consultation, I would think.
Okay. I have one other question.
Yes.
In lieu of the new bill that was passed today, how will that affect your office and the insurance that you'll accept?
Which new bill? I'm not
that the not hospitals, but the, the care plans now have to allow patients to select their own doctor.
That's good.
The only problem is that I see is that if the doctors do not accept what the insurance plans will pay, that may be a problem there. But I guess that's something I can discuss when I call your office.
Right. I mean, in general, capitation plans, we really are not in capitation plans for the most part.
Okay.
Because, a lot of times people will avoid coming because they don't think they have to. I'd rather go on and see a person, work them over a couple of times, and then be done with it as much as possible unless they have chronic illness. So unless you're living a totally, unless people are like, totally holistic and whatnot, you're going to need to see a doctor who's holistic to get your lifestyle really right and get everything done and do the detoxification you need. So that takes a lot of time intensity of work. And the capitation plans do not take that into account. They just expect the doctor to sit there. My friends who take a lot of plans like that, they tell me they brag about how fast they can get out the room. Now, what can you teach a person when you're bragging about how fast you get out the room? You can teach them
nothing whatsoever.
That's my point. So, that's that.
Okay.
So we do have a lot of other services that we offer that aren't even on insurance plans, like lifestyle counseling.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. All right. Number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We do have a couple lines open. We encourage you to give us a call. The deal with these health insurance plans is people will actually limit their ability to get better and their health care to whether the plan covers this or that or whatever. And it really means they don't value their health. They maybe value saving money more than their health. But if they really can get help with diet, lifestyle, nutritional counseling, lifestyle management, massage, colonics, cleansing and detoxification techniques, herbs, this type of thing. Some people, a few, would rather not do that and just take the medications that are paid for by their health insurance and continue to have serious, severe problems. And it's a bit of insanity, but it's the programming and brainwashing that we receive in this society. So.
Well, go on then.
All right. All right. Folks, the number here is 880-9255 with a 404 prefix. We're going to go to another call. Caller, are you there?
Yes, Anna. How you doing, Dr. Richardson?
Thank you for waiting.
Excellent.
I'm calling in basically because, about the last 6 months, I've noticed myself with my sleep pattern being what it is, that possibly may have what they call sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that?
sleep apnea, that's an interesting situation. Apnea means not breathing.
Right.
Period. And then a lot of times people fall asleep because when you don't breathe, you don't have oxygen. And the carbon dioxide builds up and makes you sleepy. And then a lot of times you'll wake up at night not sleeping correctly, and then you'll sleep during the day. Let me ask you a question. Are you obese or not?
Yes, I am. I'm extremely obese.
Yeah. So that's the number one problem you have to deal with, because that's the number one thing associated with sleep apnea or Pickwickian syndrome. It can get very severe. So get yourself some help immediately and get that weight off, and listen to our health hotline number. We'd be glad to help. And also, if you need a referral,
Funny you mentioned that, because I didn't notice it until after I've increased over the last 2 years my weight.
Yeah, so that's what you have to do.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Folks, the number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We do have some lines open still. So you can give us a call, ask about breathing disorders or any other kind of problem associated with health, diet, nutrition, lifestyle, any kind of problems dealing with preventive holistic medicine. Give us a call at 880-9255, 880-9255. Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
You're on WCLK with Dr. Richardson.
Yeah, doctor.
Yes.
I would like to ask you about the efficiency of medications for allergies, because I tried Allegra. I tried the other one. How do you call it?
Zyrtec.
Claritin.
Claritin.
Claritin, yeah. And each time I start taking them, it's very good. I feel very good. But after a while, it looks like the efficiency decreases a lot. Is it normal? Does it mean that in the long run, none of those drugs will be, I'll be able to use none of them to feel better?
Yeah, that's a good point, caller. It seems that some people don't experience that, but it depends on the severity of their symptoms and their particular characteristics. I would say for you, they would only be used intermittently at best, obviously, with vacation from them in general. I would definitely favor a holistic treatment of your allergic problems. And for that, you would need to check your diet, do cleansing, and all that sort of thing. It sounds like you're from another place. Where are you from?
I'm from Africa. I'm from Senegal, Western Africa.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, yeah. We have a lot of friends from that way. Are you Wolof? Are you Wolof?
Yep, I'm Wolof. You've been there before?
I've been to Nigeria. I haven't been to Senegal yet.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
yes, it's great. I ate fufu and everything. So
good.
Did you get those allergies more when you moved to Atlanta?
They got worse, really worse here. When I was in Africa, in fact, I came here just 3 years ago. When I was in Africa, starting, to be honest, it was starting. It was very sensitive to changes of temperature. Like in the early morning, I used to have some problems. Yeah. But here, it's getting worse and worse.
We have a lot of pollen here because this is a very lush area in the United States, and it's getting very polluted, too. And then you have to watch, if you were eating like an ancient traditional African, then you were, say, 1,000 years ago, the Africans ate very, very little meat, if any.
Yep, that's true.
And you know it. But now the modern ones may eat more, so you have to check yourself there.
The diet also?
Yeah, the diet. You have to eat more like a traditional person. And call us on the health hotline so we can check all that out.
Get a newsletter.
And go on and get a free newsletter too.
A free what?
Newsletter. If you call the health hotline, you'll get a free newsletter.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
All right. Folks, the number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We have some callers on the line, but we have some lines open for you. So why don't you give us a call? Call and talk to Dr. Richardson. Let's discuss whatever your health concern is. Tonight, our feature is holistic approaches to breathing disorders. So we're going to run to another call. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
You're on the air with Dr. Richardson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I had a question. Am I on the air or am I just kind of holding on?
You are on the air.
All right. With all these hate crimes, do you have any idea? Actually, it's not why I called, but I thought about it as I was waiting. If that might be caused by diet?
The hate crimes?
Because some of them are so heinous.
Yeah.
It's like, how can you how could people do that to other people?
Yeah,
It could be some buildup of some poisons that allow a person to be able to kind of poison them their brain.
I don't think, I think it doesn't help. I think that's not going to be the primary cause. We've known some very nice people who have very poor diets, and you have too, I'm sure, in your life.
No question.
But I think certain deficiencies, like the refining process, will make you more, vitamin B deficient, or if you eat a lot of sugar, it'll make you more hyperglycemia and bring out that type of negativity. But I think it's actually a reflection of the TV, the lack of parental guidance, and this culture in general. Probably parents would rather put a kid in front of a TV than nurture them. In fact, in my house, we have no TV except for movies once in a while. I mean, it's just too wicked and ridiculous. So I really think it's a reflection of the society.
Yeah. Right. One of the reasons I mention that is because they talk about the guy's eyes. A lot of people talk about a lot of criminals, their eyes, they look dead, as if there's some problem, and a lot of times the eyes are window.
Yeah,
the kinds of things that you
Yeah, that would have to be analyzed. I think it's a multitude of problems. But remember, in ancient times, they didn't even need jails, to be blunt.
Yeah, and caller, we can also note that, this thing that happened in Littleton, Colorado, is a symptom of the entire situation in our society, because that has happened multiple times in the past so many years, and it's increasing. And violence is increasing. TV violence is increasing. The violence is increasing against animals. The way we're growing and herding up the animals is very violent and cruel, as opposed to 1,000 years ago when the animals ran free range, weren't pumped with chemicals. So there's a whole mentality. So what you're saying is a contributory factor to a big, larger picture of violence. And it just, culminated in a situation that happened in Littleton, Colorado, but all around the planet, that type of thing is increasing. So those components are related. So.
Okay, the reason I called.
Okay, very quickly,
my son
sir.
has asthma, and we do a lot of yard work. Should he primarily be outside of that? Should we not have him doing that?
I would get him tested by an allergist and find out if he's allergic. And if he is allergic, I would indeed, if he had to go out, put a mask on him. That's effective, sir.
Okay, great.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
All righty. Folks, the number here is 880-9255, 880-9255. We appreciate your participation tonight. You can give us a call. We still have a line or two open for you. So give us a call. And we, again, appreciate your participation tonight. We are discussing breathing disorders. We're going to run to another call. Number here again, 880-9255. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there?
Oh, hello.
You're on WCLK with Dr. Richardson. Thank you for calling this evening.
Oh, okay. Hi, Dr. Richardson.
Hello.
I have a daughter, and she's a teenager.
Okay.
And she's been diagnosed with being neurophilia. I think that's how you pronounce that.
Neuro what?
Where she has a deficiency in her white blood cells.
Deficiency in white blood cells?
Low count or something, an unusual, a lower count.
Neutrophilia.
Yes.
Neutrophilia.
Neutrophilia.
Well, how low is it?
Well, and the interesting thing was I took her to the specialist that they recommended at Emory.
Right. How low was it?
Well, he sent her home. He said that she was fine.
Yeah, exactly. Many women, especially of African descent, and some men have a naturally low white count, and it means nothing.
Yeah.
Is that what they told
you? I was
you?
really relieved because they sent me to like a cancer center.
That was just because it was the hematologist. They probably should have told you that in the get-go. I wouldn't have sent you anywhere. But okay, we're going to go on to the next caller.
All right.
Well, yeah, I was calling because she has some problems, with the pollen and stuff, and she has headaches and stuff. And I was wondering if there's any relation.
No, but you do need a holistic treatment for that particular problem, and we would urge you to call our hotline and seek holistic consultation.
And hopefully you heard the beginning of our show where we're going over a lot of the contributory factors or something like that.
If not, you can get a recording of the show, and you can get a holistic consultation with me if you choose. Okay?
All right.
All right.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Right. Yes.
The number here, 880-9255. We're going to take one more call before we go to the break. Caller, are you there?
Yes.
You're on WCLK with Dr. Richardson. Thanks for calling tonight.
Yes, Dr. Richard?
Yes, Richardson.
I want to find out what that cleaning you're talking about to clean yourself out.
Ah, okay. What we're talking about are the cleansing organs being polluted or clogged up by dietary practices or the environmental pollution. And I'm talking about mainly constipation and preventing and cleaning that, because in Chinese medicine, the lungs and colon are very much related. And if the colon gets clogged up, a lot of times you'll get lung problems, period. So you cannot be constipated, because some people, they move their bowels 2 or 3 times a week, and they're very small. And that means you have to be eating lots of nice raw foods and high roughage foods and drinking adequate water. So
Okay.
that's what we're talking about.
Well, I have asthma now around 7 years, started in Florida. And
Speak very quickly, because we're getting ready to go to a break.
Okay.
So go
and
to your point.
It got worse. It's like every other day or so I have a lot of mucus. The doctor gave me some pills and I'm taking, but it did not seem to help. I want to know if there's something I can do to take care of it.
Yeah. I think it's a process you have to go through, and you have to make sure that you detoxify yourself, and you may need some consultation for that. But basically, you would want to get your diet correct and take necessary cleansing herbs and other various things.
Yeah, food allergies,
Hi, and thank you for listening to what was at the time Dr. Richardson's very popular and informative holistic, preventive, alternative health talk radio show, designed to save lives, prevent disease, and reverse disease. Furthermore, if you are interested and in need of a holistic alternative medical doctor, you can reach Dr. Richardson at 770-419-4471. That's 770-419-4471. And be sure to visit our website at acpm.net. That's acpm.net.
Hey, we're back from the break. This is Dr. Richardson.
Well, folks, we have a few minutes left, and again, the number here is 404-880-9255, 880-9255, and we do have some lines open and can take your call at the end of the show here. So 404-880-9255, you can give us a call, and again, that's 404-880-9255, give us a call.
Okay, well, we're going to continue our discussion on bronchitis and asthma, and just say that, a lot of you have been calling, you're talking about mucus and how to treat it naturally. You're talking about a lot of the drugs. And what you got to realize is you have to be juggling both of those. So it's wrong. If you have a bad attack or bad disease, you better go to a doctor. However, if not, if you just go to a doctor and don't get any natural treatment, that's wrong too.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We're going to run to another call. Caller, are you there?
Yes. My question is, for some reason in the morning, sometimes when I first wake up, I start sneezing, and I constantly sneeze at least about 6 or 7 times. What could that be coming from? Food allergies?
When you first wake up in the morning?
When I first wake up.
And what are you doing? When you open your eyes or you stand up?
When I stand up.
Yeah, I would think it could be something like dust mites, or some type of other allergen.
What are dust mites?
Oh, they're just little tiny creatures that live in dust,
Okay.
And it's very, so what I would do is make sure you clean all the dust around your area, and even, find one of those vacuum cleaners and vacuum your mattress out and clean your pillow. Maybe you need to get a new mattress and pillow.
Maybe an air filter.
Get all the dust up, everything like that.
Okay.
And make sure your diet is holistic.
Okay.
Anything else, give us a call on our health hotline.
All right.
Thank
bye-bye.
you. All right. Next call. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
You're on WCLK with Dr. Richardson. Thanks for waiting.
Yes, I was calling to talk to Dr. Richardson. Seems like every year around the first week of December, I have a bad case of bronchitis. I also suffer from hay fever from time to time with the seasons.
Yes. First week in December, huh?
Right.
Yeah, I would, of course, have to know a lot more about you before I could comment. Are you on a very good diet or a mediocre or poor diet?
It's probably mediocre. I've been improving it by eating mostly vegetables. I've cut meat out every other day. and I've been eating a lot more vegetables and fruit
Yeah.
in my diet.
Okay, I'd go a little further with that, and I would go more toward the vegan diet.
Okay.
And definitely, do you do any dairy products?
Mostly cheese, very little milk.
Yeah, I would definitely not do cheese either.
Yeah, cheese is
See,
milk.
what you have to do, if you do what you're supposed to do, that bronchitis every year will get less and less and less and go to zero.
Yep, you won't
so
have it.
So it just really depends on what you want to do and how disciplined you want to be.
Hopefully
with
you
your diet.
heard the front end of our show where we went over all of that.
Right, I did. I
Okay,
caught a lot of
good.
that.
If you need to tape it out, we can get you that. If you want to come in for a consultation, we can handle that too. Just
Yes.
call the health hotline.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. We're going to go to the
Bye-bye.
next call before we get out. Thanks. Caller, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Yes,
Hello.
please keep your comment brief. We're about to go off the air.
Okay, this concerns a child that's between the ages of 2 and 3. They're in Florida.
Okay.
She called. My sister-in-law called, said that he was having problems with breathing, and from that, high fever, and then seizures. And this has been going on for over a year. The doctors have not recommended them to anyone, specifically an ENT doctor or specialist or anything like that. And my question is, what would you recommend that I tell her?
Well, does the child eat milk or not?
I'm not sure
Okay.
of the details.
Yeah,
but
they would want to get a holistic practitioner in addition to following up with a pediatrician and streamline the diet, eat a holistic diet.
Okay.
And the seizures, of course, are secondary to the fever. The fever is secondary to mucus accumulation and bacteria growing on the mucus. So call the health hotline and get our newsletter for more information about what we're talking about immediately.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We're going to
Bye-bye.
run to our last call for the evening, I think, here. Caller, are you there?
Hello?
You're on WCLK. Please keep your comment brief. We're about to go off the air.
Okay. I would like to know some good cleansing products that I could use to clean my body out with.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Dowie Cleanse. TIAOHE Cleanse. Dowie Cleanse. And then other bowel cleansers like Lower Bowel Stimulator 2 and Special Formula Number 1. Those can all be found in herb shops. We also carry them. And you can go to great health food stores and
Yeah.
just ask for cleansers and
Yep.
just eat a holistic cleansing diet. Lots of raw fruits and vegetables.
All right. I think he just got off. Wanted to hear that on the radio, though.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, get our health newsletter, and you'll get a whole slew of kind of recommendations for that. So I guess that's it, Dr. Richard.
Yeah, that should be it. Let's go.
All right. Well, folks, we're going to close on out the show, and we appreciate you participating with us tonight. We've been discussing breathing disorders. Very good show. Nice flow of calls. And it's a pretty serious problem with millions and millions and millions and millions of Americans that have this
Wow,
thing.
that's
And it's
unbelievable.
another American epidemic, and it's another thing that wasn't here 100 years ago. As with so many other things like cardiovascular disease and cancer and all these other kind of things. So anyway, that's what we talk about here. This is the Holistic Preventive Community Health Forum.
That's right.
And what we'd like to close out the show saying also is if you would like more information on Dr. Richardson's medical practice, if you would like information on upcoming radio shows, if you would like a free holistic health newsletter that we publish, you can call our health hotline. So also, don't forget that our next show is headaches, how to prevent them, how to avoid them, how to get rid of them, all this type of thing. And that show will be on May 12th. That is the second Wednesday of May. So be sure to tune in at 6 o'clock for headaches then. For Dr. William Richardson, this is John Richardson signing off on WCLK 91.9 FM, and we will see you May 12th, Wednesday. Take care.
Bye-bye.